Do I get an achievable for that? Oh! Achievement. He was much feared. Yeah, after that first chapter, the other chapters were much quicker to go down. I don't even know what chapter that was. This is probably like the last chapter.
I don't care who killed the prostitutes. If Crane was helping himself to the community coffers, it means his hand was in my pocket. And you just let him go!
I don't know what you heard, but it didn't happen like that.
Are you denying the facts?
She's denying me the chance to get a word in. Now, Miss White,
Sheriff Bigby has returned.
Ah, there's the old wrecking bowl himself.
Bigby, where have you been?
I'm not finished here, Miss White.
You will have to wait. Just one moment, please.
Shut him
Look
up,
what I
please.
found.
Oh, we got it.
Seems your dog wants a biscuit.
Just stab him with it. Just
Buffkin,
kill him.
get this piece in the mirror right away.
With pleasure, Miss White.
Is that even going to be big enough?
Finally, things are swinging back in the right direction.
It's probably going to be too small.
Good work, Bigby. You've been gone all day. What did you uncover? I thought you were going to report back to me. I mean, it's fine. So what else did you find out?
I gotta say, this thing reaches a lot further than we thought. The Crooked Man has something on everybody. It wasn't just Beauty and the Lone. Beast was working for him. His goon, the Jersey Devil, is putting the squeeze on all kinds of Fables down at the Lucky Pawn. And he's got Fables enslaved at the butcher shop, making black market magic.
This is worse than we could have imagined.
But that's over now, because we got the mirror. And once it's fixed, we got him. That's how Crane did it. That's how we're gonna do it.
Excellent work. Really.
Thank you.
Sheriff, I could use your assistance. Would you join me at the mirror?
There's probably going to be another missing piece. It's probably two
Don't
missing
go far,
pieces.
Sheriff. I'd like to have a few words of my own with you.
Unbelievable.
Oh yeah? Take a number.
I don't understand. This piece just doesn't want to join the rest. Do you have any idea why?
Got me.
Not necessarily.
Well, where did you find it? What has it gone through since being separated from the rest? Shattering is a very traumatic experience, you know. So this process can be a little touchy. It helps that I have a good working relationship with the mirror. And I don't mind speaking in rhyme. So, can you think of anything?
I found it in Crane's coat. Last person I saw with Crane or his coat was that psycho Bloody Mary. Maybe she had
Ah, yes, Miss White was asking about her. That explains it. You know who and the mirror have a very unhappy history with each other. How would you like it if she tried to use you as a doorway?
I think I already know the feeling.
Well, I think I know how to proceed now. It will just take a little extra coaxing, that's all. Thank you for your help. It could be a while, Sheriff. I'll find you when it's ready. Besides which, he might not want to come out with you watching.
Oh, he doesn't like being spied on.
If you ask me, you're everything that's wrong with Fabletown.
Okay,
Is it
just enough
fixed?
time to go talk
Did
to
you
this
ask
guy.
about the Crooked Man?
Buffkin's still working on it. He said it might be a while.
If you're so self-reliant, what do you want from the business office so bad?
What I want is my business.
I can't take those two right now. We're trying to catch a murderer, and they're over there bickering about bureaucracy. We're at war. Don't they realize that?
Do you need some help over there?
Yeah, thanks. Go talk to Toad. But just so you know, we can't pay him. He really needs to go to the farm, you know. So just break the news and be done with it, okay?
Well, I do have money. I could give it to Toad, and then that could fix the problem.
Toad, come here.
I thought I made myself very clear.
I see how it is. Passed off to an underling, eh? Why am I not surprised? Well, you did cause what damage brings me in here, so maybe it's for the best. Just need a little bit of dosh to cover it. I tried talking to her about it, but it's like chatting up a brick wall, it is. Now, I'm sure you've got your own agenda, Sheriff, but I've taken a real wallet because of you, and you can't deny that.
Before we get into any of that, what do you know about the Crooked Man?
Don't try to change a subject on me. I need a little bit of that walking around money, you know? My car, totaled, the gaping maw in my wall. Any of us sound familiar? I'm not looking for a handout. Just what's right. I need it, Bigby.
Oh, I found this money.
Crane won't be getting any use out of this. Will that do?
Crane's money, eh? Well, I suppose that means it belongs to me as much as anybody. Thank you, Sheriff.
Use it to get glamored, Toad. You got the money now, so I won't be so lenient if I catch you again. And the farm is always on the table.
But of course.
Well, at least he's happy. Got his money, I can skip out of here.
Bluebeard, you want to talk? Now's your chance.
I've just made my donation funding this office, so direct your questions to Miss White.
Good, I don't want to talk to that guy anyway.
At least he's not trying to get rid of me.
He's not?
For now. Did you take care of Toad? I mean, I saw the way he left. I know it may not seem that important right now, but glamours are the law for a very good reason. You know that as well as anyone.
Don't worry. I did the right thing.
Are you sure? Because he left looking pretty happy. Fine, we'll deal with it later. I know I should be asking how it got like this, but I just keep wondering why it happened. To Faith and Lily. You've seen his world. Do you have any idea why he'd want them dead? I don't know if the Crooked Man killed them with his own hand or if it was one of his goons, but someone did. What would make a person do that?
If there's one thing I figured out, it's that the Crooked Man is all about control. It's what he does with the loans at the pawn shop, the magic he peddles, chains, ribbons. Maybe Faith and Lily weren't doing what they were told. Or maybe they just tried to leave.
Sheriff, Miss White, I believe the mirror is repaired.
Why is there like a guy hanging from a tree back there?
Been better,
The hell?
but thanks for putting me back together.
I'm sorry, I have to know. Mirror, mirror, we're glad you weren't slain. Now please show us that sick creep Crane.
Are you really sure you want to see him?
You will get on that plane to Paris, and you will wait for the day the Crooked Man needs you. Until then, not a peep. Otherwise, I get to deal with you my way. So please, please disobey. Wait a minute. Someone's watching.
Uh-oh, they know. Oh, Jesus, what the?
What just happened?
We pointed you in the wrong direction and looked at Bloody Mary's reflection.
Oh, her. That explains the sting. I'd rather not have to feel the pain she brings. So, let's not do that again, okay?
Looks like we'll have to track him down later.
You're right. We need to focus on the immediate threat, and that's the Crooked Man. Bigby, we don't have a lot of time.
Alright, time to try and rhyme.
Rhyme, Sheriff?
Mirror, mirror, no time to pout. So, where does Crooked Man hang out?
That was terrible, but acceptable, I
I
guess.
don't recognize the door, but that's the Crooked Man symbol on it.
Hold on.
The door. It moves.
Yeah, Jersey mentioned that.
Wait a minute. I know that door.
That's Central Park. I don't know when it's gonna move again, but I'm gonna get there before it does.
Bigby, wait. When you get the Crooked Man, make sure you bring him back alive. He has to stand trial. This can't be like it was with Tweedledum. I don't care if it gets out of hand. You don't let it come to that. I know that emotions can run high, and you have your reasons to handle this a certain way. But we have to make a commitment to working within the law.
I'll catch him and bring him back here, alive. Then we can clean him and cook him together.
Good. I have enough to worry about here while I prepare the case against him. So I'm going to trust you to handle this properly. That is, if you think you're ready.
Oh, I'm ready.
Of course I'm ready. I got no other choice.
Totally ready. I'll do my best to keep him alive. I promise. Apparently that wasn't the last chapter. This may be the last chapter. But I will try to keep him alive. Instead of that stupid, dumb brother. Who I most definitely killed. And didn't give a shit about. This is a little bit different. It's gonna be a trap too, though. Oh, hey, there we go. Good thing I didn't kick down a door. Door would have just went right into the portal. Oh shit, here we go. Through the portal we go. Where do we end? Nobody knows.
Tim.
Tiny Tim? What the hell?
What the hell are you doing here?
Good evening, Sheriff. I'm here to take you to the boss. Thanks, by the way, for leaving off Tiny. I have to admit, when they asked me to watch the door, I wasn't sure what to expect when you came through that portal. I know you weren't here on a social call, so thanks for not giving me a hard time.
Hold on. You've just been waiting for me to show up? You knew I was coming?
That's what they told me. I don't know, they said you made it pretty clear. I'm supposed to bring you right on in, so if you'll come this way. Look, this is the one thing I have to do. Please don't make this hard on me. I don't want to get in trouble. Will you just follow me?
Fine.
Sure. Rather not screw over poor Tiny Tim, who apparently doesn't like to be called Tiny, so I guess we'll just call him Tim. Tiny Tim's a little bit bigger than I remember, so...
Thanks for understanding. This is all I'm here to do, and I don't want to mess it up. I know I'm probably the last person you'd expect to be a guard, or an escort for that matter. I was a little surprised myself when they asked me to do it. I thought it was a joke, actually.
I get it. You have a job to do. But you gotta ask yourself if you want to be involved with this guy.
Whatever you may think of him, he doesn't treat me like some broken little kid. I think he gets what it's like. He gave me a job, and I'm lucky to have it. This is the only option I've got. Just keep that in mind, maybe? Because if you and the boss go up against each other, the rest of Fabletown is going to get caught in the middle. And if you're here, it can't be good. So I hope you two can come to an understanding.
Probably not, but we'll try. I don't see any way this is going to go
depend on
good.
him. Some of us never get to the front of the line at the business office, but he's there. We need you, but we need him too. What we don't need is a war. Hey, Sheriff, hold up. I gotta go in with you.
Alright, we'll be nice to Tim. We'll be
Thanks.
nice to him.
Am I some kind of a fucking joke to you? What did I tell you, eh? Stop laughing at me.
Go ahead.
Yeah?
You got a job to do.
I ain't scared of you.
Sheriff Wolf, sir.
Oh, they all seem pretty worried.
Thank you, Tim. I know the sheriff isn't the accommodating sort.
My God, what happened to this guy?
You did well. You can go now.
Thank you, sir.
You see, everyone in Fabletown has a role to fill. You just have to pay attention to what they need to help them find it. Why don't you have a seat, Sheriff? We have a great deal to discuss.
Should just light up a smoke. Oh, hey.
All
we
right.
go.
You got me here. Let's talk.
My God, it's over? You serious that it's really ending there? Oh my God, it really is ending there. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It ends there. What the...
I've heard stories about you. In the old days, how you picked off those men one by one. Oh, how they screamed. The wolf is coming. And they would wait, hiding anywhere they could squeeze their pathetic, shivering corpses. Some would just drop to their knees where they stood, close their eyes, and wait for death. And you'd give it to them. I wish I could have seen it. Oh well.
Man. Alright, did you send Colin to the farm? You and 39.1% of players decided Colin should not go to the farm. I figured more people would keep him around, but apparently people don't give a shit about Colin. Did you attempt to remove Nerissa's ribbon? You and 38.5% of players tried to remove the ribbon. So I'm in the minority twice. Which crooked operation did you investigate first? You and 50% of players went to the cut above first, so I guess it was split 50-50 on what people decided, which actually isn't too surprising unless that's glitched for some reason, which I don't think it is. All these other ones seem to be. I mean, this is still pretty early on. This is within the first couple hours of it being released on the Xbox. So unless this takes into account every other choice made on the other consoles and PC, then that doesn't really surprise me. I'm sure these will change. Did you send Toad to the farm? You and 47.2% of players decided Toad should not go to the farm. So 3 of these, so far I'm in the minority. 1 I was in not even a majority. It's just a 50-50 split. How did you respond to the Crooked Man? You and 19.7% of players agreed to talk with him first. I was in the minority on every single one of these decisions besides which crooked operation to investigate. And so far, 50% wouldn't really be considered a majority. I don't know what that's considered. A draw? If it's not a majority and it's not a minority, I don't know what that would be called. I honestly don't know. Yeah, well, there's the end of the episode. Honestly, not a whole lot happened in this episode, in my opinion. It was a lot of information finding. There wasn't really any sort of, like, really tense stuff going on. Probably the most tense thing was when you fight with whatever his name is at the pawn shop. I can't remember his name. It begins with a J, maybe? Like, I don't remember. I just had it, and I just lost it again. Whatever. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this episode. This episode, a lot of information comes to light, but just not a whole lot happened, you know, like, I guess, tense-wise, fighting-wise, stuff like that. We find out who the Crooked Man is. It just seems like this was more of an informational, like, an episode that gives you information and sets up the final episode, so I don't know really how to feel about it. I don't think it was that great of an episode. I don't think it was bad, but this might have been one of the weaker episodes so far. That's at least my opinion. Maybe I'm in the minority on that, but I don't know. I just think it's one of the weaker episodes out of the 4 so far that have been released, if not the weakest one. I guess we'll have to see what happens in episode 5, which should wrap up all the ends and tie up all the loose ends and wrap up the series. Unless they decide to make a season 2, which I'm imagining they're kind of waiting to see how well it does. I don't know how well The Wolf Among Us is doing compared to The Walking Dead, because The Walking Dead was huge season 1. A lot of people liked it. A lot of people played it. I don't know how this is translating compared to that, so yeah, I don't know. That was, I don't know. I expected a little more, I guess. I guess we'll have to see. I guess we'll have to see what happens in episode 5. Either way, I hope you enjoyed the videos. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode a little bit more than me. Let me know what your thoughts are on it. I don't know if I'm in the minority, thinking that it was kind of a weaker episode. I'm sure some people will be like, oh, well, they explain a lot of stuff and you learn a lot of stuff. It's true. I mean, you learn that, you know, everything goes deeper and you meet the Crooked Man finally. But I just think it was kind of one of the weaker episodes. But we'll see. We'll see how this sets up episode 5, which I imagine is the finale. So again, hope you enjoyed the videos. I will see you guys next time for episode 5 when that does come out. I don't know when it will come out, but I will see you guys then. So I will talk to you guys later.